want. And these cards still aren't cheap. So even though they could be really cheap, they're not because they don't want everyone playing Vintage. They want them playing Standard. All right. All right, time to get my... I should get a calculator open, right? I would like to play first. That's a good start. Sounds pretty bad, right? Guy's got 1 mana in it, and that's a Chrome Mox. It's got the namesake of the deck in it. It's got to be Keyful. No lands in this hand. How unlucky. Hand's got a Timetwister in it. Keep. Keep. Cast. 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 That's exactly like Legacy Belcher. I just get to concede to a Force of Will here. No, I'm not even dead to a Force of Will, right? Do I want to hold priority with this Lion's Eye Diamond? I don't actually know if I want to hold priority with this Lion's... I do, right? No, because I want the Belcher on top of my deck if this gets forced. I think if this gets forced... It's really bad. I'm in a better spot if I get forced if I don't do this. Otherwise, we can map for Academy, yeah. I can't map for Academy first. I don't have the mana to. I don't have enough mana to do that. This makes me discard my hand, ladies and gentlemen. This is not Black Lotus, this is Lion's Eye Diamond. Alright, I think... Oh, I didn't play a land yet for the turn. Oh, you're right. You're right, I'm dumb. The Academy, thank you. Yep, Academy can play the Twister. Yeah, there's no lands. It's so weird, right? Like, all of these feel like lands. Am I supposed to crack this? I think I'm just going to click OK. Got Force of Willed. All right. Happy there's a Belcher on top of my deck. All right, big bucks, no second force. If they don't have a second force, we get to kill them, right? Never not heads. We won the flip. Yeah, is my line actually objectively correct here? I think my line's actually objectively correct to play around Force of Will. Get Belchered. This is my deck. You can take a peekaboo here, opponent, while you're at negative 33. I got him. What a fantastical first game of the night. What a just so unlucky. Got Force of Willed. Headshot them on the second turn. Boom! Headshot. All right, so... Huh. Oh, what am I don't know what I'm doing. What do I do? Has anyone ever played this deck before? Is this a defense grid matchup? This is certainly a defense grid matchup, right? Oh, we have recalls in our main deck. I was like, how do I take lock pieces off the table? Recall in our main deck. All right, so... Do I board this out? What is this format? Ah, vintage! Cut 2 outcome and a desire. I like this. Well, it's easier too, because, like, I'm not distracted, right, Immortals? Like, when I'm streaming during the week too, and this is one of the reasons why I wanted to add a weeknight stream, is because I wanted to, should we have Sphinx in this matchup so we can just, like, tinker for this? They probably can't take this off the table, right? How do we feel about this card, just with the tinker? Is this too cute? Is this not for this matchup? Is this a Leyline matchup? The Leylines are for the lock decks, right? Like, the Leylines feel like they're for, like, the Null Rod, Chalice of the Void. Yeah, that's a shop's plan. Yeah, big look at that. I identified it correctly. Like, yay! Jeff understands some vintage, a little, kinda, not really. Yeah, just, I like this plan. I like these 3 out, these 3 in. Submit a Rooney. All right, and then again, you take a second, you like kind of take in, all right, what is going on in this hand, because there's no lands in it, but these are kind of lands. This is not a land in this hand. Pretty bad 7 again. Reasonable 6. Paradoxical Outcome seems fine. It's gonna draw me a couple cards, unmulligan me. Am I supposed to probe here, or am I supposed to save it to pitch to force? Am I just supposed to outcome on 1? I'm just supposed to outcome on 1, right? And I'm supposed to do it without probing so I can pitch to force? Do we... Alright, vote in chat. Do we probe or do we save it to pitch to force? We should probe? Oh, because we can't beat Flusterstorm? Well, I mean, I want to outcome to, like, draw cards. I have time. That's a good point. A good point. They have force of their own. Force, claim, Deathrite Shaman. Hand's not very good. That's unfortunate. Oh, I should have waited on that one, right? Oh my god, are you gonna force this? Okay, I'm gonna pass the turn here and give them priority. Yeah, I'm not gonna play the Academy because they might want to do something to this map. They could also get wastelanded. They have their 10 out of 10 a wasteland deck. They have a clock here. They have force, claim in hand, and then 1 card we don't know. Hopefully we draw a blue card here. Excuse me. I guess this Mana Crypt is a clock. Maybe I shouldn't have played that out. This Grim Monolith is sweet looking. Every permanent we add to the table is an extra card with outcome. Oh, can we outcome and hardcast force? Oh, I didn't even count that. That's a good question. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Yeah, we can. Yeah, we can. What? God, this deck is weird. Holy crap, this deck is weird. Now I've given them a chance to draw 2 blue cards. So we could get double forced here. Force pitching force. All right, no. Force. And I gave them time to draw more cards here. Is this going to resolve? Nope. 0%. Nature's Claim targeting by Mox. Sure. These cards don't do anything, right? I can cast Defense Grid. I guess I cast Defense Grid. And I don't put this Monolith back out. Play Grid Pass. Yeah, we don't have red mana to play the monkey. So we don't know any of the cards in their hand right now. Draw 7, do nothing, right? Opponent has black mana to activate this now. This deck wins by Vault Key locking people or by Goblin Charbelcher. Well, I think we're actually in an okay spot here, assuming we don't get wastelanded. Leovold will also be kind of bad first. We got a lot of good draws. I feel kind of bad. One of these would have been a Paradoxical Outcome or a Mind's Desire had we not boarded those out, because, like, we boarded those out for defense grids. Like, the defense grid means that, like, we're going to be okay here if we, like, hit some action, but we don't have actually a way to get to access to Leovold here. That's why we didn't, yep, that's pretty good. It's their clock pretty quick. 3 turns now. Lion's Eye and Diamond. All right, well, I'm going to play... Grim Monolith, I think. Now that makes me a lot of mana. Play an Expedition map out here. I agree. I kind of agree with what we boarded out, but it just kind of sucks that, like, we needed one of those. Yes, they have to pay 6 to cast a spell on our turn. So they are not casting a spell on our turn. It's basically the TLDR here. Oh my god, that kills us. We're dead. Maybe. Oh yeah, probably dead. Because all of our artifacts enter tapped. Oh baby, the Manglehorns. Are we gonna hit it too? Oh, can't Twister because of Leovold. Are they a Null Rod deck? Do I need these Hurkyl's recalls? Should have twisted for the lulz. I kind of want another outcome back in my deck. Aaron Reed's list, they have rods. I guess this just gets search your library for artifact. This just gets Belcher, so that's always good. Is cutting some amount of these insane? How many starters do I have? Yeah, I think there's a good chance they have Null Rod. This. Watch us draw an outcome and need a mana. God, our 7s have just been garbage tonight. Hmm. It had a Twister in it and a Preordain. And 6 makes a lot of mana. Is Ponder better than our average card? We want Ponder or do we want a random? I don't have a blue mana, right? So I probably want a random versus a Ponder. I think I want a random. I'm gonna cast Lotus and cast Pearl and then pass. Alright, well, I got punished for playing that out. I wanted to play that out in the event of a Null Rod. Alright, we're just not gonna beat a Null Rod. I like the comment on cutting Force of Will in these matchups if we don't plan to... If we plan to be on the defense grid pile, like, why do we have our forces if they're not a combo deck? It's like, we can't play this card. Probably killing Grim Monolith. Sure. Oh, fuck, that's gonna make this one enter tapped. I mean, I can't take this off the table, so I might as well play this. We can hit a key and then untap it. We are currently, this is our first match with this vintage Belcher deck, so we are first match of this league. Well, this game's over, right? Yeah, I think from now on when we're boarding these in, we're boarding these out. I think that's the, we misboarded, and we're gonna lose this set because we misboarded. Alright, good games, opponent. Yeah, again, I think this is one reason why I like these old non-rotating formats is a lot of times you have a lot of really small decisions you can make that add up, and that game we could have kept 7 in that third game, but I definitely think I boarded wrong having never played this deck before. Just kind of listening to chat, I didn't think about what are our forces doing, and if we're bringing in defense grid, this should have been a clean swap. Honestly, maybe this Mystical Tutor comes in too. Or an Annul, perhaps. We want grid, we'll cut force, etc. kinda... I feel like if I'm making that much mana, we probably should be winning the game anyways, though. If we're making that much mana, we're likely a favorite to be winning anyways. Espervis videos uploading. Thanks everyone for hanging out here tonight. Waiting for the vintage queue to pop. Playing puzzly decks like this is always amusing. Especially for the first time, like learning what new mistakes there are to make. I love when people send me a message to let me know they're upset that I snap banned them. And it's like, well, I told you I was going to snap ban you when you clicked OK. Oh, gosh, our 7s have just been so poopy. The ley lines are for the prison matchups, so you can kill them during their upkeep before they can play their prison cards. How big are my stones? I can't keep this, right, on the draw? Who wants to keep this on the draw? This is probably completely unreasonable, right? This Grim Monolith promo is beautiful. I wouldn't keep this on the play. I might keep it on the draw. Look, people donated money for me to play this league. We're playing on house money, ladies and gentlemen. It's not my own dollar bills. This is house money. Awkward. Are they forcing this? I feel like they're forcing this. Is that what's going on here? Oh, mental misstep. Right. That's the thing that happens in this format. The last format this card's legal in. That was actually a sampling of a sound effect that's going to be in MTG Arena. When you get mental misstep, there's going to be a noise. Because the map didn't actually do anything there, I was just like casting it to cast it because I didn't want to discard a card to hand size. So I wasn't really interested in fighting over the map because the map didn't actually do anything. Sure. Okay. Okay. We're not here to force our opponent's cards. We're not here to force our opponent's proactive cards. We're here to force their reactive cards so we can belch them. Besides, I don't have any creatures. This house doesn't do anything. What's this house gonna do? It's done nothing. They paid 2 mana and they discarded a card. What do you got? What you got over there? And how great is it gonna be when we win this game? It's gonna be pretty great is the answer. Gosh, we're getting mental missteps. So unlucky. I'm gonna counter the stack fading. Look at that. I'm gonna counter their card that does something. Will they force back? Find out all this and more next time on Vintage Adventures. Gosh, blue Mox would be such a good draw. Even a Chrome Mox's fight here. That one is not going to do it. Makes us discard our hand. That is good if we hit some more mana, though. If we hit a little bit more mana, we're going to be in a good spot. This is... Let's go. Yep. It's definitely... This is definitely something. For that hand we shouldn't have kept. It's kind of a blue box. Opponent's casting Dig. Huh. I'm probably supposed to force this, right? I feel like I'm supposed to force this. Dig likely gets them the Forbidden Orchard to kill me with the Oath of Druids. I feel like they have a force in their hand and they just didn't want to pitch the Dig last time. This is actually kind of funny. You're going to force this. You're going to force the card that they actually care about. I think they're supposed to force this because then they're going to force the recall and then I get to go Grim Monolith, Belcher, Lion's Eye, kill you. I'm like 90% sure there's a force in their hand right now. And they're trying to figure out whether or not they're supposed to force this or not. Okie doke. We could brick here. There's still a land in our deck. Yeah! -26! -26! -26! -26! What tier 1 deck would you suggest to someone that wants to learn the modern format? I suggest you proxy a bunch of them and find the one that fits your playstyle the best. Who wanted to mulligan that hand, by the way? Jerks? Look, obviously the keep was right. We won the game. Duh. Duh. Haters. Haters gonna hate. No, you can click any order now, Rogue. You have one land because this land makes a bunch of mana. What are we doing here? Is this a defense grid matchup? Is this just like grids in, 3 forces out? Oh, they don't... Recall probably doesn't matter, right? What do we think of this? Yeah, that win deserves a resub. Haskow, re-up in the Twitch Prime. Thank you very much for the continued support. I appreciate it. I think I like this. 2 recalls out and a force in and a force out. Let's do it. Let's do it, chat fam. Chat famarino. I'm sitting down here long enough that my ice is melted into water. Hurkyl's targets yourself. God, this deck is so weird. All right, I'm gonna leave 1 recall in. Can you sub from the app? You can sub from the app. I'm like 99% sure. I don't actually know where it is offhand, though, because they moved it. I believe if you touch the screen, you should see an overlay pop up, and there's a subscribe option there or just down below. We are 0-1 in this league, and we are up a game in this round, too. We boarded improperly, and maybe mulligan too aggressively in the first round. I would like to say thank you for everyone hanging out here tonight while we explore the format in Magic to let us play with the oldest cards available, playing some vintage Charbelcher here this evening. Vintage belching. My Esper video published on the YouTube so I could upload at the same time, which is fair. Vintage or modern? Vintage probably has more interactive games than modern. All right, what does this hand do? What does this hand do? It mana crypts into... It crypts into Vault, into Map for Thing, into Preordain Recall. So this hand's plenty keepable, right? We have a starter into this, into this. Got a Mind's Desire in it too. Started playing Hex a few weeks ago when you started streaming it and really enjoying the Spiderlings. Is there a competitive Spiderlings list now? The Spider mechanic is not super competitive in like a deck that's focused around just creating spiders in Hex's standard, because the Spider mechanic is kind of high variance, right? Like you have to put the eggs in the deck and then wait for them to draw it. All right, I'm gonna just do that too. They might force this map. We did keep 7, and it was glorious. Please force this map. Please force this map. Oh, jeez. Another misstep. All right. Well, now I'm just going to do this at recall, right? What you got left over here? Their hand is so good. Wait. Why didn't they go Orchard, Black Lotus, Oath of Druids? Couldn't they have turn 1 me? Right? What am I missing here? They could have gone Black Lotus into Oath and then used the Forbidden Orchard. Okay, I'm just making sure I'm not missing anything. They don't have another creature in their deck. That's funny. They have the Gristlebrand. Alright, so Grim Monolith. And then cast Defense Grid. And then outcome to draw 3 cards. Having my Academy tapped already is kind of sad. What did we get here? So Mana Crypt. I can Chrome Mox. My Preordain. I don't think they're dead yet, right? I could ponder into potentially killing them here though. This is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 mana. So I'm actually 1 short of being able to Mind's Desire here. I need 7 to Belch. I need 6 to Mind's Desire. I don't have double blue either. That's why we want to like ponder for a Lotus or a LED here. That is technically a Lotus, I suppose. Does Voltaic Key knit me relevant mana? So I could Voltaic Key for play Grim Monolith. Leaves me with 3. And then I could Voltaic Key off of that 3, and then that gets me up to 4, and I can kill them next turn, but they probably have an Emrakul, right? Am I supposed to shuffle here and try and hit? Yeah, Voltaic Key nets me 1. These all just net me 1. I think I'm just supposed to shuffle for a hit. Well, at this point, we just hope they don't have an Emrakul, right? Oh, they can't. It doesn't cast it, it just cheats it into play. Okay, they need an attack step still. Okay, fine. So we're good? We're cool? Manglehorn? That's rude. This is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So I just need a mana here. Oh yeah, Belcher enters tapped. Okay, yep. Alright, go ahead, opponent. Oh, and we both have a creature now, so the oath doesn't do anything. Oh, they could have given me another creature, though, right? You dead to this Belcher? You did to this Belcher boy? You did? I don't know. I don't know if they're dead or not. You have a Dak Faden? That's a Dak Faden. All right, we have a game. Oh no, I'm down to 9. This Belcher could kill us. I want the opponent to belch us. I kind of want the opponent to belch us if we're being honest here. Their Belcher likely won't kill us, I agree. Do I have the mana to Belcher and Tezzeret and activate this? That's a lot of mana. That's like 12 mana, right? This is only 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. No, I only have 8 mana. You want to go get an artifact with this? I want to go get key here. Oh, Tezzeret plus. Yeah, good call. They will probably Belcher Tez. Yeah, I think key was better there. Chat got me. Yep, I should have gotten key. Because I was reading chat and not actually thinking about it. You could have pitched a guide, played both rocks. No, I don't think that's correct. If we pitch these two, we wouldn't have been able to activate Belcher. We could have put Belcher and Tezzeret out though, you're right. We could have put Belcher and Tezzeret out. Yeah, so I messed that up. I could have put Belcher and Tezzeret, but I couldn't have activated those. Oh, this is kind of funny. Do I want to trigger this? No, this is a May, right? I have 2 spirit guides, okay? But no, I don't want to use that. There's still spirit guides left in my deck, people. Alright, so if I do this... and I do this... And this taps for 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 mana. Do I want a Mind's Desire here? For 3? Mind's Desire for 3 is probably worse than just casting Belcher, right? Is this worse than just casting Belcher? Well, this has got to be worse than just casting Belcher. Oh, they just steal Belcher again. Yep, got it. I'm a big dumb stupid. Oh, magic. Yep, so if I would have gotten Key last turn, we could have won the game this turn. But I did not, because I'm a big dumb stupid. And now we're gonna have to play game 3, because I'm a big dumb stupid. He cast both Guides and Jam. He was gonna cast the Gristlebrand out of his hand. Just fair Time Vault and skip a turn. Don't you hate it when you're big dumb and stupid? Yep. It's a really, really unfortunate outcome, really. Manglehorn, man. Manglehorn is rough. And again, like, I haven't played this deck, so I don't understand all of the play patterns in it. So, like, I didn't understand why Voltaic Key was right there versus the Time Vault. The Voltaic Key left us open to both lines, whereas, like, the Time Vault didn't leave us. It was, like, one line, and if they killed the Tezzeret, we were just, like, up a creek without a paddle. No. No. Cut this recalls and put a force back in. He had a Black Lotus off to the right side. There was a Black Lotus next to their Dak Faden. Why am I supposed to play? You gotta use words, Ryan, and it's too late now. I don't understand why Sphinx is good here. Sphinx seems like it's for the more interactive matchups, and this matchup doesn't seem particularly interactive. Like, they're a combo deck and we're a combo deck. But, I mean, this doesn't win the game. This doesn't win the game. Like, we still lose to their Gristlebrand. Yeah, it doesn't... That sounds terrible. Just, like, it would have won the game where we, like, messed up to be in that position, sure. I don't think you should, like, board poorly because it could give you an out to a mistake. Alright, what does this hand do? It makes no blue mana, so it's a mulligan. Yep. God, these hands are just fucking rancid. I keep punting the ball and then mulliganing into unkeepable hands in the third game. How did that hand make blue mana? We might need to be done for the night. That hand made blue mana and I missed it. The 6 card hand, the 7 card hand did not. The 6 card hand didn't need to make blue mana. I'll play grid first because of misstep. Look at you. Look at you. Knowing about cards and shit. I'm just gonna... Let's just go on to the next match here. That was a frustrating bit of variance after I punted the second game. We're 0-2, but I feel like this deck The deck itself could be 2-0 right now. Probably not even playing 3-game sets, honestly. This deck seems really powerful. It's doing strong things. It's got a lot of interaction, and it catches up like Legacy Belcher is super frail, right? But this deck's got a lot of powerful stuff going on. It has a lot of play to it, unlike the Legacy Belcher deck, where you just kind of like, do you have your thing, and if they have their thing, you lose. It's definitely weird is a good description. No, this is going to be the last league of the evening. I think I'm getting a little bit tired. Declan woke up at 5:30 this morning. Or I could go get more caffeine. Maybe we'll go get more caffeine. This is that's notably more powerful. Well, it gets to play all of this really busted fast mana because you get Moxes, and you get to play Force of Will in your deck, which is more than good. It's great. This deck is way more interactive than a lot of modern decks. This hand doesn't have a win condition, doesn't have any way to draw cards. Do I keep this? These Chrome Moxes don't do anything, right? I guess they enable the Mox Opal. It's a bunch of... This can't be a good enough 7. All the unkeepable 7s. Hands. This is a bad 6, I think. This hand's fine. It's just kind of slow. Mana Crypt is great. Yeah, I guess in the previous hand, the outs would have been... Any of these would have been fine, which is 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. I guess, like, we're like 1 and 4 for that other hand to be okay. How long are the average hex queues for you? Anywhere between 1 and 5 minutes, usually. I wouldn't be surprised if the constructed queue is slow tonight, Sarah, because they're banning Lasgar's Vengeance come morning. So I assume, like, I haven't been playing any Hex Constructed because I'm waiting for the ban list update to happen. My opponent is disconnected. While my opponent is disconnected, I'm going to go get a snack and some caffeine so we can do more than just this league. I'll be right back. Alright. So we're not killing them this turn. We don't want either of these. We definitely don't want Chrome Mox. I want Mox Opal. Is Mox Opal lethal next turn? Mox Opal is +2 mana. So this would be 3, 4, 5. This would be 3, 4, 5, 6. Yeah, the Mox Opal's lethal, so I'll keep that. Oh, I guess I already have lethal without it, right? I pitch a Spirit Guide, cast Charbelcher, and then activate it. So I'm going to bottom this looking for like a Force or something, since I already have lethal for next turn. No, I don't. Pitch Spirit Guide, 1, 2, 3, 4. And then once Charbelcher is in play, Tolarian Academy makes 3 and activates and kills them. I'm 0-2. The deck should be 2-0. Deck's got a lot of lines. All right. Big bucks, no mana drain, no force. Stifle? Or are you dead? Yeah, get Belchered. So opponent's playing some kind of fair mid-rangey thing, it looks like. So I'm going to board in these defense grids and cut these forces. That's what we decided on last time. Move the Miser's force in. Probably fine. The Radicum with the 20-month resubscription. Getting close to that 2-year mark. Thank you for the continued support. It's a long time. Welcome back. 90% sure going to Cincinnati. Please come. I'll have to look and see when that is on the calendar. I'm making 0 promises, but I will take a look and see where we're at. The old Cast Explorer, sure. It's decent. Turn 2 Jace. Nope, these lands don't cast Jace. Stack Fade, maybe. Someone asked about my drink. This is good pure cherry cola. The softest of drinks. What did they keep? Do we get to kill them here? Are they dead? I don't know if they're dead or not. I don't think they are. They could have Reb. Well, this only makes 3, 4, 5 mana. Right, this is 3, 4, 5 mana, so I should probably Preordain here. It's a cherry cola. How are they dead? What am I missing? What am I missing that they're dead? We don't have enough mana to... We don't have enough mana to kill them, right? I think we're going to outcome. I'm going to preordain first, though. Maybe find another 0 mana thing. They have a Reb. Ooh, they have an Ancient Grudge. Okay, so now I need to find another artifact mana. We do not have a Blightsteel. So I go... I probably don't want this Soul Ring, right? Yeah, they're out of cards and they don't have Wasteland up. So, if I take this Chrome Mox and I put it into play, and I don't exile anything, I can then tap Academy and pitch Elvish Mystic to outcome and draw 3 cards, which will draw this Soul Ring. And then I get to replay all of these. And that's 1, 2, 3 mana. Oh, take the Soul Ring and pay for it with Guide. Yeah, that's good. Okay, yeah, so I'm going to bottom this Chrome Mox on top of this. Pitch this, cast this. Good call. A 3 here while still floating a mana. Find, that's gotta be lethal, right? Am I still short? Might be short still. You can flashback this Grudge, which is a little awkward. This is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I only have 6 mana. How are they dead? I only have 6 mana. Right? I'm not miscounting anything. Well, I can tinker into Belcher. Thank you. Thank you. Come again. And tinker into Belcher. This is an accelerant. We're gonna win a whole match. We might win a whole match. Boop. Boop. Boop you on the nose. Boop. Got some cherry cola. We won a match. Things are looking up, chat fam. Things are looking up. This deck is... We are going to play... Even if we don't cash this league, there's no way we're not playing more of this. This deck is gas. No, we won an entire match. We won an entire match. Peace, Neg. Thanks for hanging out. And remember, if you're one of the folks who watches Hex in the audience tomorrow afternoon, I don't normally stream on Mondays, but noon Central Standard Time, we're going to be firing up the stream here to play Play some Lasgar's Vengeance Band Ladder. It's going to be exciting. All right, so this is shorter mana, right? This is 1 mana into 2, into 3, into 4, into 5. This is a turn 2 kill. That's probably not good enough, right? It's like bad against force. Oh, each of these are plus... No, each of these are plus 1 mana. I was at 7. Each of these are only plus 1 mana. So you have to play and activate it. Yeah, this is only 5 mana no matter how you cut it. This is 1 off of these 2. 2, 3, 4, 5. I'm gonna mulligan. I think it's close, but I'm gonna mulligan. Look at this hand. You want to talk about hands that we can keep here. Talk about keepable 6s. Let me tell you what. Sit up here on Papa's lap. Talk about 6s that are much better than that 7 we just mulliganed. Vintage! Oh god, are we gonna die? Please kill me, opponent. Please kill me. We deserve to die for all the things we've done tonight. Oh no! Oh no! Oh no! Oh no! We're so dead! We're so dead! Alrighty, well, I did ask for them to kill us, right? I did, they technically obliged by please kill me. Okay, so this is Force of Will out, Annul, and Mystic Tutor in. Is that our... This card's probably good enough to win this game matchup a lot of the time. How do we feel about this? And then on the draw, we'll put in the Leylines. I don't think they have any reason to sack the Chalice if I just pass. Leylines for when we're on the draw, right? I thought this is for when we're on the draw. Yeah, I'm pretty sure we're supposed to have a Null in on the play. If this card's not coming in on the play in this matchup. I'm gonna submit. It's all about life EV. Alright, this hand... I can imprint this here. This is one... I guess it might imprint. This is 1, 2, 3 into 4 into Belcher. This hand's not good enough, right? I get a random, but I feel like this hand's not good enough. Like, not exciting, but like... Probe is restricted. I guess this is fine with a random. Alright, fine, we'll keep. There's so many things that are good against this here. Hopefully this probe's really good. Kinda. They can, like, revoke our Charbelcher. Strip Mine, Thorn, Crucible of Worlds. Alright, so we're getting Thorned next turn. This hand's actually not very good. That's right. That is the worst draw on our deck. Your move, opponent. Oh no! The Tolarian Academy was in our... Oh no! Oh no! No! Because I used all my mana that turn, Exterminator. I would have had to find mana with the other thing. Yeah, they're playing a Thorn here is the thing. Oh, Foundry Inspector, okay. Fucking Ryan. Fucking Ryan. Oh, Ryan. Oh, Ryan, I'm gonna need you to recall my draw steps a little bit more often here. Thank you. Come again. I am a god. All right, so the Leyline of Anticipations come in. The Annuls go out. What was the other card I boarded in? Oh, the Sphinx. Yeah, that's dumb. Okay, so here's a question. If we're trying to kill them with the Leyline before they do stuff, are we supposed to have forces? Yeah, are we supposed to, like, cut the land? Are we supposed to cut the land? Because, like, I can't play a land on their turn, right? How do we feel about that? Oh, and play it on turn and then kill them? Okay, that makes sense. Are forces supposed to be in here, or is it just the ley lines? Cutting Mind's Desire seems fine. I agree with that. Yeah, Monolith is just +1 mana in this matchup. Is Outcome a little bit medium too? I feel like I want some of these forces. We just cut all the monoliths? Is that cutting too much mana? An outcome and a key. I like that. Cutting the second key seems great. Yeah, I like this. Let's do this. Playing in shops currently. No, I cut one key. This hand just does nothing, right? Yep. It also doesn't really do much. I'm not even supposed to put the ley line into play here, right? And it's pretty awful. I think I'm supposed to hold this ley line to force. Tilt. Ooh, yeah. Yep, that card's not restricted for some reason. Okay, I'd be open that the second hand could be... Did I have blue Mox in it? Did that hand have a blue Mox in it? The hand was weak to any sphere, I agree. Let's drop from this league. Let's try again. I said we might play more Modern tonight, but I kind of want to do this again. That last match was the first one that, like, their start, the Preordain hand would have actually been good, right? Yeah, weak, not dead. I can see the Preordain hand being reasonable. My gut looked at that hand and was like, we're just dead to any of their lock pieces. But I guess they don't actually play that many lock pieces. Matt, I'm not playing that deck until Opt is legal. Sorry. When Opt is legal, you can come stream it. And we'll stream it together, Matthew. Together. Do 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 do. Do 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 do. Through the breach. Through the breach. All right. Let's do stuff. Putting force under this, right? Otherwise I have to crack the Lotus. Dredge plays force sometimes, right? A lot of the time, actually. Man, do they have a force? Mindbreak Trap. Alright. I'm just going to draw 3 here. Hand, Shelly. Oh, God. We tried, chat. I would like the record to reflect that we gave it our best. I'm going to mute myself while I have some more to eat. This person had the double bizarre double Mindbreak Trap opener. To answer the question, I'm waiting a turn to outcome. I don't think so. We're going to get got by a second trap at any point anyway, so. They still haven't hit a way to kill us, right? So we can just like rip Tinker or Belcher and kill them. Paradoxical Outcome also let us draw infinite cards. That's an Elvish Norn. But that's not lethal, right? This is only 13. Belcher's still potentially lethal. There's technically a Tolarian Academy in our deck. Alright, I'll take a draw step. Good. Man, how sick would it have been if we'd have like drawn the kill after getting double Mindbreak trapped in the double Bazaar? So I want forces for their forces, right? I don't want recall in this matchup. No, it was a turn. That was like a turn 4 win. It was really slow, actually. Trim on Voltaic Key, baby. How do you feel about that? 2 recalls and a key out. 3 crypts in. No, not at all. How was it over turn 1? I listed a dozen cards that would have potentially killed them on our last turn there. Oh god, these hands are bad. I mean, yep, this is keep. Yeah, that one's actually fine, right? Is defense? That's an interesting question, actually. Is defense grid good here? Oh, I'm dumb. I should have played these two out last turn, because then they couldn't mind break trap this. Oh, they have a misstep. Gross. I mean, they have to keep any hand with Bazaar, right? They've had Bazaar plus Counter Magic and 7 2 times now. I gave them a draw step at the mental misstep that I didn't have to give them. So, if I would have played this last turn, they couldn't have misstepped it potentially. So, a small sequencing mistake there on my part. Vampire Hexpage, yep. Sure. They have Elvish Nor, not Flamekin Zealot. So I'd be kind of surprised if, and they only hit one therapy here, so they're gonna have to get lucky on the therapy and guess outcome. You're the worst, Matt. This is the stone worst. Yeah, if they're gonna snipe Reno, you know, whatever. Dredge plays the lands combo to sidestep Graveyard Hate in the post-board games. That's fine. We weren't getting there anyways. Let's queue up the next match, shall we? $420 Blaze It, no scope. You know, get him. Matt actually did it. What does this hand do? The more I play this deck, the less I become convinced it's actually good. This doesn't actually add mana right now. This hand's bad, right? This hand's not good enough. This kind of sucks if I don't have an artifact, but I think this is a keep. That is not an artifact. I think I'm just supposed to pass here. Because this can't make mana, because I don't have another artifact here. Dead? Dead? Oh, could still be dead. Could still be dead. Green Sphere. Oh, oh, oh! Artifact, please. 0 mana artifact, please. Alright, that's a 0 mana artifact. Can we do it? Yes, we can! Bob the Builder. Alright, cast this. I don't actually net any mana off of this. That's fine. Blue to do it. Because I'm going to draw 3 cards on turn 2. That's why this is better than Modern. The storm decks and the combo decks in this format are sweet. The combo decks in Modern are kind of medium-bitus. I already kept Elvish Spirit Guide. I could have... Oh, yeah, that's true. This is working out fine, though, right? I'm going to imprint this thing. Well, would I rather imprint this at this point? I think I'd probably rather be +1 mana, right? I could have preordained there. You're not wrong. Was I supposed to have preordained there? I have the Hurkyl's Recall. Do I just pass the turn and Hurkyl's them? Did I just, like, pass the turn with applied to Hurkyl's them? I suppose I could preordain first. I could also just, like, put this... I could generate mana with Hurkyl's? Not really, because the Chrome Mox... Oh, it nets me 2 mana, though, right? So this is 1, 2, 3. This will be 4 mana if I do this. And then I Hurkyl's Recall and pick them all up. And that's 2 mana floating. And then this would be 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Do I have 7? Can I Belcher them here? It's exactly 7, right? So this Chrome Mox plus Force is 4. This puts me down to 2, but puts all these back in my hand. And then this is 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Yeah, it's exactly 7. We do need the land to be in the bottom half of our deck here. This is turn 2. We just didn't do anything on turn 1. I should take a shower after this. This deck's sweet. Vintage is sweet. Alright, come on. Come on. No whammy. 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 Oh, they're at 1. They're at 1. Oh, their Ancient Tube is off at least. They're at 1 life. Oh, why you gotta do me dirty, Vintage? Why you gotta do me dirty? We've been done. We've been done the dirtiest. Oh no. Oh no. At least their tube is off. At least where's it? Matt, are you still here? Are you still here, Matt? I feel like Matt is somewhere like praying to the Vintage gods for things like this to happen. It's fine. We counted to 7. We paradoxical outcome twice. We drew 6 extra cards. I counted to 7 when it was kind of hard to count to 7. It's cool. It's cool. No, they haven't just slammed a Revoker, so I feel like we might have a chance here. They play 4 copies of Phyrexian Revoker in their main deck for reference, chat. Maybe my opponent had auto passed on my turn and they like went to go get dinner or something and like they have the Revoker in their hand and they're just gonna like come back and go, oh, Belcher, okay, Revoker, go. People bolting Graves and dismembering bolting into dismembering. You're not wrong. You're not wrong. Oh, baby, I'm stewing in my own juices. Well, we're waiting for my opponent to come back. I would just like to say good morning, afternoon, good night to everyone, wherever you're out in the world. Thanks for choosing to spend part of your day here with us. My name is Jeff Hoagland. If you're new and enjoying what you see, please hit that follow button. It doesn't cost me anything. It helps other people find my work. If you're really enjoying what you see and help produce more vintage, Magic, and other TCG content, please consider subscribing on Twitch or becoming a patron on Patreon. You can also support my content by supporting all of my sponsors, mtgotraders.com, coolstuffinc.com, inkedgaming.com, and sparedeck.com. All of them have really wonderful services, and you can, if you use those discount codes on those websites, those support me just as much as donations and subs do. So any of that you can do, I'll wait for my opponent to come back here in this vintage game. What if Tendrils was legal or not? Well, none of the black rituals are legal in Modern, right? So Tendrils would be... Well, I guess you just Manamorphose into it, so maybe it's awesome. So if opponent accidentally clicks Ancient Tomb, they do just automatically die. That is correct. What if Treasure Cruise League opponent wasting time on purpose? And remember, chat, if Jess is not a faceless shill, he would have Belchered for 18 instead of 17. Lindarilla B understanding the variance here. We're not Magic Online hasn't had a priority pass bug as far as I'm aware. You know what? I'm going to cut back to the sponsor screen here and relog really quick just to make sure we're not the one who's disconnected. That's a good thought, Ian. This is Magic Online. I'm going to relog here real quick. Magic Online, still thinking here. Yep, actually on my opponent. Okay. Yep, can't hurt. Yeah, I haven't had that happen in a long time, so. Oh no, my league is ending soon. Come back, league. Please, league. Do 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 do. Should we play some Epic in the background while we wait for our vintage opponent to return? They do have Epic loaded here. Where did the constructed magic pop? Is there anyone in the queue? So like Dark Ritual is like that's what your other rituals turn into, right? Waiting. Can you explain a bit better the cost regarding Epic? Are you talking about the resource system cost or the cost of actually owning the game? One of the things that's really sweet about Epic is so Epic is a living card game as opposed to a trading card game or a collectible card game. And what a living card game means is you just buy all of the cards outright. So like Epic Digital, their sales model is going to be like $10 for the base game and $5 for each of the expansions. They currently have 2 expansions. So for $20, you'll get 3 copies of every card in those first 3 expansions that exist right now, the base game plus the 2 expansions. So basically, you pay $20 and you can play constructed with all of the cards without having to grind or any obnoxious things like that. Because it is a living card game, there aren't actually booster packs, so the limited in it is a cube draft format, or they have this really interesting one-on-one draft format that's called Dark Draft, which is kind of sweet. And how Dark Draft works is each player is dealt out 10 packs of 5 cards, and each player looks at one of their 5 card packs and takes 1 card out of it, and then passes the remaining 4 cards to your opponent, and then they take 2 cards out of the 4 that they're passed, and then discard the other 2. It's really kind of sweet. It's like this neat one-on-one draft format. This is their digital client, and it's currently in closed alpha, so the queue times are kind of slow. There's actually a Discord server that I usually post on to find matches in it because people don't sit in the queue. But the community, there are a number of people in the closed alpha, and supposedly it's going to be releasing later this year, early next year. But I've liked the gameplay of the game a lot. It was designed by Rob Doherty and a couple other Magic Hall of Famers. Are the primary designers. Epic first released in 2015, and they have 2 expansions so far, so I imagine they're doing 1 or so expansions a year. I don't actually know if they have a set release cycle or anything like that. They plan, once the client is fully built out, to have in-client tournaments that you can pay some kind of small ticket entry fee to play in. So that's their, they'll make money by people buying the game initially and then buying tickets to play in the events on it. Yeah, I think they're just actually disconnected. Pop in the Discord, Epic, and ask if anyone wants to play a game. We can play a couple of turns before while we wait for this guy to finish timing out. Although he's probably almost done timing out, right? Down 5 minutes at this point. I mean, the Seething Song can turn 1 mana into 5, right? With double dorks out. But if you have double dorks out, you're probably winning the game anyways. I don't actually know at this point. Hey, look at that. I got a challenge. Sweet. One of the things that's nice about this client is it supports multi-queuing already, and they have a mobile client as well while they're in alpha. And if you start a game on your computer, you can continue it on your phone or vice versa. Guess we're waiting for this. We'll play a couple turns while I wait for my opponent's timeout. The resource system in Epic is kind of unique and interesting. I really enjoy it. All of the cards in the game cost either 1 resource or 0 resources. So this Rebel Leader, for instance, costs 0 resources. It creates a human token when it comes into play. And then I'm going to go ahead and pass the turn here to my opponent. One of the big things about this game is you kind of want to gain tempo by playing cards out when your opponent does. So my opponent's played a 1-cost card here on my turn to destroy one of my units. We're gonna finish this league out here. Actually, the league, my opponent finally finished timing out. Oh, let's queue back up here. I think Caleb Sure said he expects it to be reasonable, so I wouldn't be too surprised if it's gonna be good there. Sweet, got a live one. My epic game. All right, so this hand doesn't have a payoff in it. It doesn't have any way to draw cards. All right, am I supposed to keep these 7s? I don't think I am. I think the 7s I'm supposed to go to 6. This hand makes 1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah, this hand's definitely a keep. Tezzeret the Seeker. Yep, don't really need that one, so let's do this. I dislike an epic is the opponent's cards are the opposite like in the actual paper match. Yeah, the digital client's in alpha, so I expect some of those details to kind of change as the client matures. I'm pretty forgiving of software that's marked as oh no, they pause like they have a force. So we can't activate the Belcher this turn, but we can get it into play. All right, don't revoker me or something nasty like that. Oh God! I asked for no. I asked for no beats. I asked for no beats. And now I am sad. Now I am sad. Womp womp womp. I guess I could have cast this, huh? I think I want to hold this. If we get like Paradoxical Outcome, we could potentially use that. Fragmentize is in fact a sorcery. Yep, these cards that I have to double check the name of, and then cards that are banned in every other format in Magic. You've missed our horns have been mangled several times this evening. Medium minus Lido. It's harder than anticipated. Definitely more difficult than anticipated. Legacy belching is certainly easier than this. I don't. Is this opponent disconnected too now? I don't know that I understand what this opponent is doing. Why are all of our vintage opponents disconnecting? I mean, at least I have this game of Epic that's still going on. All right, we're back. We went bottom. Wait, do they not have a? Do they not have a land? They don't have a land. All right. Well, I mean, I guess we'll cast this. Should have played this last turn, I suppose. We did Jund people already tonight. We 3-2'd the first league with Modern Jund. Opponent still missing that that second land drop, but found a Mox Sapphire. So the Spirit Guide is ready to punch the clock and head to work here, I think. There are GatheringMagic.com has my latest green-black Tron article on it. Time Walk, sure. Oh, now. Literally just draw a card. Was there a Gen deck in the top 8? There's a Gen deck in the top 8. Look at that. All right. Is it a click submit matchup? Is Annul good? I guess Annul counters. They just have Stony Silence. I think I'm just gonna click submit. I think I just want the forces. No, I'm pretty sure they're gonna fight something before we kill them with the Elvish Spirit Guide. Sphinx is a random out to Stony. Maybe that's fine. Got a key, bring in Sphinx. We're gonna get Manglehorned again for the 4th time tonight. That's not strictly true, Rogue. You can use Tolarian Academy. I mean, Hurkyl helps us make mana, right? Like to play first. What does this hand do? It makes... Cast this. Play this, make 1/2. It goes and gets the land. The land makes 2 mana. I think this hand is fine. What do we think about this hand? Or fine keeping hand. That's a good way to look at it, Ian. And like, even if they do something like turn 1 Stony here. We can go get the Academy in response. Yeah, I'm not expecting a grip out of my opponent. Pretty unlikely. Well, that worked out well for us. Oh, I shouldn't have played that. That was a mistake. I thought this was on. Fuck. Alright, well, we're conceding to a wasteland. Alright, not punished. God bless. Can we draw a piece of mana? Yep. I'm interested in both of those. To make mana. We can force pitching recall here. I feel like they're going to have a couple of counters. They kept a hand. They haven't played any pressure yet. I don't think they'd keep a hand on the back of Shattering Spree. Grab, tilt. Get drained here and then feel miserable. Force back, sure. Outcome is gone. We have a thing on top of our deck. So I feel like if they had drained, they would have played it there, right? So maybe this next outcome is going to actually do something here. Oh. We're cold to this, right? No, we have Sphinx. It was a good top deck for them. They didn't have it, otherwise they would have played it last turn. So, Lido, I can see how you could think that, but like having played the other vintage decks, especially the Tinker Storm deck that we played a little bit with too, we only have one Tinker. That is correct. We have but one Tinker to give. The opponent looks like they're playing Rich Shay's deck from looks like they're playing Rich Shay's deck from what's it called? The Super League the other night. Opponent in the tank here while we are virtually dead. Yeah. Go ahead and move on to the next one here. All right, I think 2 leagues has convinced me that this deck is more cute than good. Feels like it's doing similar things to the Tinker Storm deck while not doing anything too particularly powerful past that. The 1201. He who smelt it, dealt it. These hands have just been rancid. This hand doesn't make any mana, right? It makes 1 mana. Maybe that's a fine keep on the draw. This hand seems fine, right? 1 more piece of mana. That is great. Opponent's on play. Library go. Okay. If they have any interaction here, it makes their library significantly worse. That's pretty good. All right, go ahead, opponent. Oh, neither of these untap. So we do need 1 more mana, but I guess we can preordain into a mana here. And preordain into a double land, sorry. Pay for a Voltaic Key. It technically qualifies as mana. Alright, belch you. -3. Any order, yep. So, what did we see out of them? We saw Library, Tundra killed them. I'm supposed to hedge and bring in defense grids. Cut. A Force, a Voltaic Key. I am looking forward to a Lasgar free X ladder tomorrow. Sounds good. Sounds more than good. Yes. Yep. I was like that for a while. Oh yeah, Sand seems fine. It's got a bunch of Preordains. It's got the Tolarian Academy in the opener. Library had what again? Sure. You want to put this Force under here? No, I probably don't need all these Preordains. And put the Force under it. Library is restricted. That's why it's amusing that they had it again. I want the Belcher, right? Do I want both of these? I kind of want both of these, right? Yeah, definitely. I think Gargolith is going to be great in Reanimator Immortal if you're playing that archetype. It's going to be better than Aegilis even. I'm going to go top here. Play this. Play this. We're definitely too far off of this, right? Well, that's great. Oh. I messed up. I was supposed to cast this off of this, and then... Yep. Whoops. Miffed that up. Now they've drawn 2 extra cards. I assume they have a... Well... I'm gonna say I assume they have a Force, so it doesn't really matter, but, rewarded for a mistake, I suppose. Everyone else needs to keep in mind that there is no justice on this stream. You must be new here if you think there's justice on this stream. Did they just kept library in the opener again? Sure. I mean, they saw what I did to them in the first game, right? They saw what I did to them in the first game. I don't. Sure. Yeah, I guess. We don't even know what deck they were playing. Never mulling into the library. That's true. We did kind of test that theory. That you just never mulling into the library. What's going on, Sage? We can still cash it. We are 2-2 in this league now. Technically, we're 1-2 because we had what's the word I'm looking for? We had someone time out at us. Vintage Trot is way slow. All right, got a live one. Okay, Opponent's playing Dredge. Is this the same Dredge player we played against earlier? No, it's not. Alright, so what does this hand do? Can it generate 3 mana? It can't, right? We make 1, 2. I guess we're on the draw here. Yeah, I'm gonna keep this on the draw because we could map on 2. This is fine. We have a lot of good potential hits here. An opponent didn't exile any forces or anything like that, so hopefully we hit a mana here. Voltaic Key, that's technically not mana, right? I have a misstep. We can't Twister. We don't have enough mana. All right, they have a Grave Troll here. Responding to their Icarid with the Bazaar. And just auto pass here, right? Okay, they have missteps and forces in their deck, it looks like. Bringing Cabal Therapy into the ground here. They only hit 1 therapy here, huh? Okay. Let's see. The name here. The Naboo with the brand new Twitch Prime subscription. Thank you very much. I appreciate the support. Welcome. Subscriptions are one of the best ways you can support my content here, so I really appreciate that. Need to dodge like a therapy being in their hand here. Oh, they have a Flamekin Zealot. Are we just dead? Yeah, this is gonna kill us, right? This gives all your troops speed. All right. So recall out Crypt in. We want Force to fight their forces. Trim the Voltaic Key. Fine. We have a key left. There's 2 keys in the main deck, and also Time Vault combos with Tezzeret the Seeker as well. I'm keeping a key, and we have Tezzeret here. This hand only makes 2 mana. This hand gets to recall on 1. Right? It's a recall on 1. Grim Monolith. Not really looking for more mana with this hand, so put that back. Cast. Draw some cards. Misstepped or trapped or forced. Sad. You're supposed to lead on the Preordain. Yeah, we've played against, this is our 5th game against Dredge tonight, 4th game against Dredge. They've had bizarre plus counters in every single opener so far. Every single 7. It's obviously not unreasonable if they're like mulliganing for it, but yeah, maybe because of the fact that they have traps in their deck, I'm supposed to just Preordain there and then pass this one. Just like double trap Bazaar again. Oh, they don't have Bazaar. God, that's so good for us. That's so good. God, we would have won this game by a lot if I'd have waited. Hey, Theomiz with the 2-month subscription. Thank you and welcome back. I appreciate the continued support. No Bazaar at least. That's good for us. They're going to get to hand size discard here in a second, though. Hey! Spherical Dan with the brand new Twitch Prime subscription. Thank you very much. OmniZ with the 2-month resub. Thank you as well. Yeah, I'm going to play that. We're just waiting on one more mana source here, right? I'm going to play this out now so that way we can't get Mindbreak trapped again. Just need a mana source and then no force out of the opponent. Yeah, I'm gonna call it a night after this league, Jet. I'm kind of pushing on E here. This still means I'm short, right? Oh. Is this a Gourmet Angler? It's this game if he has no counter. That is correct. No force. Oh. I did this to myself. Heidi ho, the cherry-o. We did this to ourselves. Yeah, that's why they kept the hand, had like double trap force. And again, I lost this game by not sequencing properly. I should have played around the Mindbreak traps by not burning the recall on the first turn. I should have preordained. Should have just preordained on the first turn because of Mindbreak trap. I know the traps are potentially lurking. We still have a couple turns here to draw out of this, right? I guess I could technically put this down as a chump blocker too here. What a time to be alive indeed. Always block before you need to, so we're going to block here. Persist and Undying aren't replacement effects, they're triggers. If I do this, and then I play this, I have 1, 2, 3, 4. Man, so playing the Spirit Guide out might have cost us this game. Because I'm 1 short. I'm 1 short here. This is only 8. This is 9. So we could beat a force here. You can't respond to the legendary trigger. It is game if this resolves. Alright, no, force me. Fucking Ryan. That was my bet. I thought about it too, and I was like, well, what if we can cast this force too? So if I would have, yeah, my punt. If I wouldn't have played the Elvish Spirit Guide to block a turn before we needed to, we'd be at 5 right now, and I'd have had exactly enough mana to play this Tezzeret plus this Force of Will. Man, the little things have gotten us so many times tonight. Because we couldn't force. We didn't have 5 mana. LED makes you discard your hand. But yeah, Ryan, there's no reason to play it out a turn early, though. You can only activate Lion's Eye Diamond as an instant. A lot of live draws. That is not one of them, and if I would have waited a turn, I could have cast these two together. That's kind of frustrating. A little frustrated with myself there. It's been a long day, late night. This deck's sweet. It's got a lot of subtle complexity to it with all the sequencing decisions that you get to do. Our opponent's hand was like, I can't decide if their hand was really good or really medium. So they had double Mindbreak Trap, double Force, that ended up picking up blue cards as well. And we would have been able to win this game had I sequenced my cards properly, either by waiting a turn on this Tezzeret to see if we hit one more mana source, or by not playing the Elvish Spirit Guide a turn sooner. Yeah, we would have hit this Mox Sapphire if I would have waited on this. Then we would have been able to play this Force, and then we would have had this LED to actually activate the Goblin Charbelcher that we would have gotten with the Tezzeret after we fought over it with the Force. So, at any rate, thank you everyone for hanging out here tonight. Remember, we actually been playing Vintage Belcher for almost 2 hours. We have the archive uploading to my YouTube channel now. I will catch y'all around later. I'll be back on tomorrow afternoon with some Hex, Shards of Fate with their new standard format that is Lasgar's free. And I'll be back with some more Magic on Tuesday morning. Thanks for the support, everyone. Have a good start to your week.